So ugali surprised me in a very bad way. Mambo,
Poor.
salsa,
Poor. Ich trinke gerne Bier.
Okay. When I was in class 8, so it was on a Sunday. I came out of church at around 12 p.m. So I was looking for an easier meal to cook so that I could run to school. And I remember I tried to cook uji, but I think I had never done so before. So what I did, I added more of unga until it became more of ugali than porridge. And yet I had already added some sugar. So I had to use a spoon just to eat it like that. And I think that it was one of the funniest mistakes or food mistake that I have ever made.
It is my day, day. I wanna thank the Lord for this fun.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Gideon Tormo YouTube channel. This is Gideon, the host, and as you can see today, I have very special guests from Germany, and they're going to be vibing, talking about some few things, talk about fun, culture, and how they have been feeling since they came to Kenya. So we're just going to be vibing with them, and I know you're going to enjoy the show. Welcome so much, our friends from Germany. So maybe before we continue, I would like you to introduce yourself so that my viewers may get to know who I'm hosting today. I'm going to start from here.
Yeah, hey, welcome for inviting. I'm Tessa. I'm from Germany and I live near Cologne, or maybe someone know Bonn. Yeah, I finished my school, I think 5 years ago now, and I finished my studies this year. And after my studies, I decided to come to this project, Changilia, to volunteer. And yeah, until now, I have a very good time and I feel very comfortable here. And yeah, I like the culture, I like the project. And yeah, what else to tell about me? Maybe I'm 23 years old. And yeah, that's it.
So hey, I'm Anna. I'm 18 years old. I'm also from Germany, but not near to Cologne. I'm live in the smallest Bundesland, if you know what this means. And yes, I finished my school this year with the Abitur, and now I decided also to go to this project to volunteer here for overall 3.5 months. And I can also say I like the time here very much. I like the country, the people, the culture, and the most I love the project here and the kids and everything about the project. So, who needs the mic now?
So thank you so much. Welcome so much, Tessa and Annie, for coming to this show and also for being here with us. So I can tell you people that we've really been vibing and they have been our great friends. And this is part of the memories that we are making here in Kenya before they go back to Germany. And that is why I said that I'm not going to release them until we make this video together with them. So maybe quick fire questions before we get to the main questions. When you came from Germany, I don't know if this was your first time being here, but I'm going to start from Tessa. So when you first landed in Kenya, what impressed you the most? When you just first landed in Kenya like this, when you arrived at the airport and you looked at how Kenya is, what was the first impression that you got?
So I was here 4 years ago, the first time I visited the project with my parents. And it's long ago, but I think the first impression was like the traffic. It was crazy. Like in Germany, it's very many flashlights, there are ways, and I don't know, there are very many rules. And here's like everyone is just driving and like not really looking, or like I'm feeling there's an accident every minute, but then it's not. So it's very crowded, and yeah, that was special for me.
Thank you so much. So you can see, I know there are some people who've been driving around here in Nairobi. That is the first impression that Tessa got when she arrived in Kenya. So before I hand over to Daniel, let me ask Anne this other question. Now, what was the first thing that you noticed about Kenyans when you first arrived in Kenya? The very first thing that you noticed about Kenyans that maybe also impressed you in a certain way?
When I think about this, I think about a good friend, a Kenyan, who introduced me a little bit here. And one of the first things he told me about the Kenyans and all the people here, you should know, we are all liars. Never trust a Kenyan. All liars. I said, okay. And now I see, yeah, it's true. Some part of it. And yes, this was one of the first things I learned about Kenyans.
Hey, Wakenya mnachoma bana. Now, so I don't know if this is true. So maybe you can comment on the comment section and tell us this. Kenyans, it's like we are liars, and we have to improve on that. Now, so before we continue, I have the co-host, and so I forgot to introduce him. So I'm going to hand over the mic to him. Then he can say something, introduce himself, maybe. Then goes to the first question, so that he may ask the special guests that we are having today on the show. So welcome so much.
Thank you, Tamoy. I don't know why you never introduced me. Is it because I'm not from Germany? Yeah. I also have money. Yeah, that will work. So I'm Daniel. Just going to ask a very simple question. Personally, I'm a foodie. I like eating a lot. I'm going to ask about food and culture. I think it's a closed question, but it's okay if you just give you an idea. So what Kenyan food surprised you the most? So I'm going to give you an option, but you can add others. So ugali, chapati, testa.
You mean surprised me in a good or a bad way?
Whichever they will.
So ugali surprised me in a very bad way. So I don't know why all Kenyans love that, but I think all Germans, so we were four of us one at a time, and we all don't like it. But like chapati surprised me in a very good way, so I really love chapati, and I hope when I come back home I can try to do it by myself, and I will miss it a lot to do it here with all the Kenyans, and yeah, it's a very nice tradition food, but like ugali I just don't understand.
What food me? The same question. I can just say the same. I love chapati, and I'm sorry, really sorry for all the Kenyans out there, but I don't like ugali. I think no German likes ugali because for us it tastes like nothing. It is not. We are not used to this. It's not our food.
Okay, thank you. So in Kenya, ugali is our staple food. We are sorry. That one will stay forever. Yeah, I have a fact about other countries. The countries that actually produce corn, 80%, they use it to, I don't know, produce some sort of energy or fodder for horses. So for Kenyans, that's our food. Yeah. Another question. What is the funniest food mistake you have ever made? Maybe you've tried to cook something and then it just backfired. Yeah. So can start from Annie.
Oh, the only food mistake I think I did here was I was thinking I'm prepared now. I'm strong enough to eat goat in a butchery. But it was not the best idea. Yes, I had some food poisoning. Yes, had to go to the hospital. It was not that nice. But now I think I'm strong enough for the African food.
I think I had a similar thing. So I was with the other volunteer who was here at the market the first time. He was like, "Oh, nice! There are so many fruits, so many exotic fruits we don't have in Germany. Let's try some." And we bought like, I don't know the name again. We bought so many different, and then at the evening we tried everything a little bit together. Yeah, and my stomach don't liked it, so I got sick also. But away from that, I think it was good.
Welcome. Now, so this is just for Kenyans. I don't know. Have you ever heard of uji? Yeah, porridge. Yeah. So there is a mistake that I made one time back when I was in grade 7, not class 7 or class 8 there. So it was on a Sunday. I came out of church at around 12 p.m. So I was looking for an easier meal to cook so that I could run to school. And I remember I tried to cook uji, but I think I had never done so before. So what I did, I added more of unga until it became more of ugali than porridge. And yet I had already added some sugar. So I had to use a spoon just to eat it like that. So that was just but one of the memories that I made. And I think that it was one of the funniest mistakes or food mistake that I have ever made. Now, so I have a different question here about culture or cultural differences. I don't know if you've had any misunderstanding with a Kenyan ever since when you ever came, but what's the funniest misunderstanding you've had with a Kenyan, especially when in terms of language or something like that?
So I think it was a time we had visitors here from a university, and like the spelling is much different than ours when we talk English. And then I was like asking, "What are you studying? What is your subject?" And they was like, "Nothing, nothing." And for me, it sounds like nothing. I was like, "Nothing? What is that?" I was like, "Eh?" And then, like 5 minutes later, I was like, "Ah, nursing." Yeah, and the same, yeah, and the same I had when I was out for activity with a friend, and we met also a woman, and I was like asking, "What are you studying?" She was like, "Nothing," and I was again, "Nothing." I am nursing. Now I know. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have any misunderstanding because of the language, I think. Only maybe because of the time. This is a big problem between the cultures. Because Germans are very, very popular for being on time, German time. And some Kenyans are not like this. They are, oh, it's not bad if you are half an hour too late. For example, when we went hiking with teacher Daniel, he waited for us 4 hours and Ngong hit. And yes, and I thought the others would have informed him about that, but they said no, we didn't inform him. But in Germany, this would not be possible. Someone waiting 4 hours for others, this is not okay.
Okay. So in Kenya here, you have to adjust your time. Or in Africa, in most cases. If it's let's meet 9:30, yes, that would be 10:30 or 10. African time. But anyway, some of us were trying to bend wagon.
Now, I think Kenyans you can relate on this. We have what we call African time. That is why the name African was put there. So, like for example, you go for a meeting and maybe in the memo it was said it is 8. Then automatically as a Kenyan, you know that that meeting starts at 10. So it's like 2 hours after the time that was announced. So I think as Kenyans, we have to work on that so that we may also be time conscious and keep time. Yeah.
Okay, a different set of a question. This is about personal connection. So maybe I'll ask it this way. What's something Kenyans do that Germans should try? You know, as much as majority of us are liars, there's a positive part of it. Yeah. So what do you think Kenyans do that Germans should try? And
Sometimes also Germans should be more pole pole. Because it's good when you are on point, it's good when you have when everything is right, but sometimes we are too stressed. We want everything to be done and don't only think about the work and only think about all the problems and try to solve them real quick. But sometimes pole pole, so slowly, Hakuna Matata would be better for also for the German mentality, because it's not healthy if you are stressed all the time.
Yeah, I would say that too, definitely. And I would add like to say, so here when you say hi, that is maybe also a thing maybe I misunderstood sometimes. You don't say hi in Swahili, you say mambo or sasa, and that's at the same time how are you. So when I say hi, they say good. I was like, it was my first time. I didn't even ask you how you are, but that's good. And then I understand, they don't have really a hi, they have a how are you. So, and that's really nice because in Germany they should more often ask you how are you. So even there's a thing because always you get the same answer, good. So that's not really one day when someone said to me, oh no, I'm not good. So even when you're not good, they say I'm good.
That is in German.
No, that's here. But still, the fact that you're asking how are you is very good. So we should do this more in Germany.
So can we try now?
Mambo. Hi,
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine.
It should be like that.
Yeah. In Germany, it's more. No, in Germany it's also like that, but I think not that much like here. Because here it's every time you see you, even when I see you 3 times a day, we ask how are you. Yeah.
For me, if I just said hi in the morning and you said you are fine,
Then you don't need to ask me.
all the day you are just fine, I'll never greet you again. The morning, yeah. Okay. Okay. What's something Germans do that Kenyan should try? Apart from that, maybe what should we learn from you?
From German.
Apart from time.
Now it's different. We already had lying, being on point. One thing like they should do is what I recognized a lot of Kenyans when they are on their phones, they have the volume put up, and they just watch the TikToks, and they don't even care if some other people are around, because it's getting on the nerves of them. It's not so. In Germany, you use headphones if you want to hear music or listen to TikToks or something, and other people are around. And here, people just watch videos very loud or listen music very loud. And I think this is a thing that they should do like Germans.
Okay, I was thinking about and maybe like to plan a little bit more forward, like when you do something not only like in with your job but also with organization, a trip or something, you do it more, you prepare more like earlier. So sometimes it's like, okay, we just do it now or like 2 minutes before, so be more prepared for things we do. It's yeah, but it's also nice to be more spontaneous, so I don't know.
So, personally, I get irritated when somebody's phone is loud, people walking with their phones, even a radio, listening to a radio, a local language, in vernacular, seriously listening without minding others. So, Kenyans, let's embrace digital etiquette. Headphones, they work best. Yeah, thanks for that. I'll start.
Okay, I think another reminder. Most of Kenyans have this habit. When somebody comes to you and maybe you're having a conversation, you find most of the Kenyans, they don't know they can't put down their phones. Then you have that conversation until you finish. So they're just there using their phone. In the process, you're also conversing. So that conversation is not going to go well. So you have to give respect to the conversation. If you are using the phone, you put it down first until when the conversation is over. So let us improve on that. Now, I have these other questions. I'm going to start from Tessa. If you were to take a Kenyan to Germany, what's the first place you would show them? That is in Germany. Yeah. Maybe your favorite place in Germany that maybe if you would take a Kenyan, that is going to be the very first place.
So for me, I think it's my hometown because I love it a lot there. There we have, it's near Cologne, it's called Bad Honnef. So there we have some little mountains and it's very nice to hike there and then you can see from the top until Cologne at some point. So it's very beautiful. And yes, but I think for Kenyan, just the drive maybe from the airport to another place is the experience because roads are different, environment is different. I think everything is very different, I would say. So yeah.
I think the first place before all the other places, I would take Kenyan because I know they all love food. They all love meat. I would take not to a very special restaurant. We have a lot of restaurants of this type where you can eat döner kebab. It's a Turkish food, and we eat it a lot in Germany. We have a lot of shops where you can buy it. I would take a Kenyan to a restaurant where you can buy döner kebab. What? One kebab is enough for me. No. Okay, when you come to Germany, you have to prove that. I don't think this is possible. All right, because I think you would like this stuff, this food.
Burger.
Burger. Burger. Yes. Burger is. Actually, I love burgers too. But I think burgers you can know from here too. And I never saw a restaurant here in Kenya where they sell döner. So I would show you this.
What is the one thing in Germany you miss the most while you are here? You feel like you miss the most, be it food or anything that you just feel. So from Anne.
You already mentioned it. Food. The German food. I miss it sometimes really much. Yeah. Because it's very different to the kitchen in Kenya. And sometimes I miss the food very, very much. We have a lot. Oh, no, this week. We have a lot of potatoes. Fried potatoes, like fries then also. And we eat a lot with potatoes, a lot of meat, chicken and beef. And we eat. Yeah, we don't have like you a common food, but we eat every week. We change a lot from and this is what I miss because in Kenya you eat the same every week, and we also here in the school we eat every week 2 times gideri, and then they here 3 times ugali, and this is not normal for us. We don't eat something 4 times a week. And what's very common is pasta. We eat pasta very much.
Pasta. Yeah, pasta. Spaghetti.
Yeah, pasta. That's what I really miss a lot because I love pasta. I know you can buy it, but it's like the good pasta. It's much more expensive than in Germany to buy, and so we eat pasta here, but it's not very good. So I miss the pasta, and I also miss things in the oven. So in Germany, like most of the people have an oven at home, so I like to bake like vegetables and like tofu or something in the oven. Or also, I don't know, I don't think you know it. It's Flammkuchen. Flammkuchen. Yeah, it's like flamed cake when you translate, I think, and it's like a very thin dough similar to pizza, and then you do on it like creme fraiche. Like sour cream, and then you can put anything on top. So the most popular is like bacon with onions, but I like to do, because I don't eat meat, so I do tomatoes and onions. Meat, I don't eat meat, so it's I miss ovens.
Well, so I think personally, if I went out of Kenya, I would be missing ugali so much. I don't know if I can stay 3 days without eating ugali. So maybe as I pass the microphone to Daniel, he can also tell us what he will really miss if in case he goes out of the country. then he can continue. We'll proceed with the rest of the questions.
The first thing definitely I miss. In Kenya we have, not only in Kenya, we have social stereotypes, right? So in Kenya, each and every community belongs to a certain food. Like the community I come from, we like matoke so much. You told me yesterday you were to cook matoke
Yes, we are doing matoke actually
this evening. Pagusia matoke, kutolia matoke. So that is the first thing I'll miss. And ugali. Ugali. Yeah. Now, I think you've been in Kenya for some few months now, and those are enough months. I know you've made some memories. And don't talk about long. So, what's the memory that you've made in Kenya that you'll never forget?
I really did many memories I will never forget, but I think so 4 years ago I did with my parents also a safari. So we were in Masai Mara and we also were like Nakuru and Naivasha. So Naivasha? When?
Naivasha. Where?
The lake.
The lake.
The lake. And then this time I was here, I did a little safari with my boyfriend and we were in Masai Mara. Nakuru was the most expressive thing 4 years ago because I don't know, the lake was so special and then the sunrise is very nice. So I will never forget this one.
Some pics for that.
Yes, I have.
So I was thinking about maybe a special story or something, but I don't remember now. So I would just say the place I liked the most was Diani Beach, and what I enjoyed a lot there was diving. So the sea life was very, very impressive. We saw a lot of sea turtles, big fish, like a lot of different types of fish and other animals. And this was, I think, the best memory. Diving in the Diani Beach with my father was very nice.
Now, so I think we are now going to the end of the show. But before we end, I would like us to talk about the Swahili language. So maybe to ask, which Swahili words have you learned so far, and you can pronounce them confidently, having known that you know how to pronounce them.
Mambo,
Poor,
salsa,
poor. Bibi,
Huh?
Mimi.
Oh yeah.
I can say Mimi ni Mkenya.
Lala Salama,
Sava Sava.
Yeah.
Sava Sava Sava.
Karibu sana,
Pole and Pole Pole.
Hapana,
What yes. Kwaheri.
Rudisha,
I was not expecting that.
like Rudisha and Hapana is very important for the kids.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused right now. Ni. How? I heard here in Nairobi you say when you want to know how much is something, you say ni how much. So you connect English and Swahili, is this right?
Yeah. You can say how much, or you can say
Ningapi? Ningapi. How much?
how much Ningapi.
And then also Asante and Asante Sana.
So I think they have learned quite a number of them. But I know there is also that one word, that one Swahili word that you really try to pronounce, but it's become very, very hard for you. So maybe you can tell us which one you find it so hard that you've never known. You've really been trying, but you've never known how to pronounce it in Swahili. Do you have one maybe in mind? There is none, eh? Okay, okay. So before we continue, maybe you can teach us one German word. Only one. You can tell me a pronounce that. The easiest one.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Wow.
Okay. Something for you? Okay.
Please make it simple.
Yeah.
Not a word, not a sentence. Just a single word.
Just a small sentence, okay? Ich trinke gerne Bier.
I will say that. Ich drinking gerne beer.
You know what it means?
You will buy me some beer?
No, it means I like to drink beer.
I don't like to drink.
Ich trinke gerne Bier.
Ich drinking gerne beer. But I also know milch. Milk, isn't it? Und. Those are the Guten Morgen. Do you say Guten Morgen? Am I pronouncing it? The kids.
And we have again a Kenyan who's like, he said, Ich trinke keine Bier. He said, it means I don't drink beer.
Now, this is a general question. But before I ask this, I was to ask about the sheng. In Kenya, we have a sheng. It's Kiswahili, but twisted Kiswahili. Like, you know, top shotter? What is that? Do you know of any? Okay. You said Kenyans are liars. Huh? So I think unatupima. Can you say that? It's not sheng, but it's more of a slang.
Unatupima.
Unatupima.
For example, you wanted to buy a microphone, then they exaggerated something for lakini si tunachitafutia pia. They exaggerated from 5,000 to 10,000. So you can tell that unatupima, and then you disappear. Yeah, but in a nice way. Yeah, unatupima. Yeah. Next, me ndamuuzia 15,000. General question. What is the most beautiful thing you have experienced in Kenya? What is the most beautiful thing you have experienced in Kenya? But apart from memories, but I think we covered this in memories. But maybe any other. Now it's time. Maybe you can ask us a question or something. Just general. Anything you want to know.
Well, what do you think about Germans and about volunteers when they come here? What do you think about them?
You have a lot of money. Majority of you, I think, you are young. Yeah, majority of you are nothing bad. But the good thing I've learned personally, it's about you talked about the planning. You plan a lot prior. Then your schedules, you are very, like you're on time. Everything, your support, all the duties you're supposed to do, you always on time. I think that's something I'll learn. That's something I'll try a lot to emulate. So time, yeah. About money, I was joking.
Okay, so I think, let me not repeat what Daniela said, but I'm going to say these are really one of the kindest people. Because ever since when I came to where we are right now, then all the visitors that always come here, they are one of the kindest people that I've ever seen. You know, we Kenyans, we have this notion that maybe because they are Germans, they do not mingle well, maybe with Kenyans, such things. But when you look at how we are working, the relationship with them, it is really epic. And I think they know how to plan themselves well, just as Daniela said. So I think they are the best people that you can ever work with or come across.
Maybe what is your favorite place in Kenya, in your home country?
I think I can say mine is Masai Mara. Personally, I come from Narok. That is where the Masai Mara is located. And sometimes when I get time, I visit that place, look at the animals, hang around that area. So I think that is one of my favorite places. That if a visitor comes to Kenya now and maybe wants me to recommend a place, that is where I would recommend. Yeah, so I think that is one of my favorite places in Kenya.
So I have quite a number, but maybe there is on your way to Kericho. You said you went to Nakuru. You have never been to Kericho. So there's a tea plantation. Just thrills me when I'm on that. It's a road, then side by side there is a tea plantation. It's very green and very nice. So that one makes me happy. Yeah. Any other?
I think Kericho is known as the green town. For those of you who have ever been to Kericho, you can tell how green it is, especially because of the tea plantation. Before we finish, I'm going to give them the mic, then they can tell us, or you can at least have a word to Kenyans, your final words to Kenyans on this show, because maybe it will take a while before they see you again. But I know you will come back to Kenya, then we'll also do this. But before then, what are your final words to Kenyans, and maybe anything that you would like to say before we end the show?
So I think you're very nice people. You're very open, and I learned a lot about your country, and I very love your country. And I'm looking forward to come back to see the country, the culture, and especially the place where we are now.
I would just to say thank you. Thank you for all the Kenyans that showed me their country, like you both, for example. You, for example, showed me in Gong Hills, and I saw a lot of things. I experienced the culture, the food, and the mentality. I experienced everything, and I want to say thank you for all the nice people I met here. And I can say one thing also about Kenyans. I don't think I met a lot of rude Kenyans before. Most of them are very open-minded, as Tessa said, and they are very friendly to foreigners, and I like this very much. This is not normal everywhere. So thank you very much that we had the possibility to see this country and experience everything.
Okay, so welcome and welcome back again. Next time when you'll be here, I'm pretty sure that we are going to also to be having this show. But I know before we end the show, my co-host also would want to say something. So back to you, Daniel.
So there's this mentality we have when you see a white person, you see money. No, it's not always like that. That's a bad mentality. They plan, they do a budget for some time, they plan, then they come. So it's not obvious. So let's be kind to them, let's be honest to them. When you see them in your shops, don't exaggerate the prices just because they are foreigners. I think that's what we can do. Just let's be honest to each other. So the more we are honest, the more come. Remember, Kenya tourism is very important. So the more we lie, we give other countries the option to take that advantage. So let's be honest. That's all. Otherwise, thanks for your time.
So till we meet next time, bye guys. Thank you so much.